Cam Kerfman, Nate Martin. We'll open with questions.
Cam, Nate, tell me about the pick and roll. I counted at least 5 today that they know it's coming. A pick is set, you roll, and just like you dunk, and the place goes nuts.
I think.
Do they not know it's coming?
I think what we started doing is getting a little more action into it. I'm kind of like running into it, and that big's having to kind of chase me out so I don't turn the corner. And that weak side help isn't there. We're filling up to our spots correctly. The floor is spaced well, and it's tough. I mean, he jumped from about like 10 feet out to dunk 2 of those. So, I mean, he dunked on 2 people. So, I mean, they were there, but it's hard to stop him when he's jumping from that far. So.
Nate, what's it like on that PNR?
It's fun,
We're sitting up in the stands just enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah.
And the fans are loving it, but it's just like you think after you do 2 or 3 that they might catch on, but y'all just get your space and whatever, and the next thing there's nobody there.
Yeah, we rep it out so much in practice, and I mean, there's so many options out of it. We rep out every option. They guard it one way, we play it another way. So it's kind of, it's hard to guard when you run it right, and we ran it right tonight. So.
To get a win like this to open up conference play, how much does that do for you guys?
I think one of the most important things in conference is protecting home court. It's really hard to win on the road. And I mean, they won it last year, so they know their season. They got most of the guys that they had win it last year come back. So they played really hard. They played really physical. I mean, you could argue every possession there could have been some foul somewhere, some way. So, I mean, it's just good that we battled through it and got a win out of it.
Nate, when the physicality picks up like that, I know you like to play like that, but, just how much was happening down underneath the basket?
Yeah, I mean, it was, like you said, every play there could have been something. They let a lot go. But, I mean, I feel like we adjusted pretty well with it. We started, instead of trying to look for fouls, we were being the initiators, the aggressors. We did a good job of, we realized that in the first couple minutes that was going to be a war, and we kind of played to that, play as the aggressors.
A lot of what you did showed up on the stat sheet. A lot of what Ryan Nutter didn't, but those hustle plays, how much does that help you guys on the court?
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, just getting us extra possessions, I mean, it encourages everyone. Seeing him go out there, dive on the floor, go get those tough rebounds, that's tough stuff that a lot of people don't see, but us as a team, we see it, and we really respect him for it.
Cam, the scoring is pretty even tonight, 5 in double figures. When you guys get going, is it kind of contagious when you get into a rhythm?
Yeah, I think personally I didn't make shots, but I think everyone else did a good job of making shots. So personally, I mean, everyone else was making shots. Everyone was touching the ball. Got a few dunks. I feel that was the most kind of momentum we've built up over the course of the season during a game, and that's the loudest this arena's got during a game, just because of how we moved the ball, how hard we were playing, and I think we know there's more at stake with these games than other games. Not that we're not playing hard before, but the energy level's there, the focus is there. The other team, they're coming in trying to kick your ass, and you're trying to kick their ass. I mean, that's what it comes down to, and you saw it how it played out there. So,
Nate, one for you. Obviously, this isn't an unfamiliar opponent for you. Even though you're new to this team, you're not new to the conference, you're not new to Louisiana. Was there a little extra juice coming into this one?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the past 3 years I've played, it's been a war every single game. I'm borderline fight every game. So, I mean, I definitely, like, playing these familiar teams, like, there's a little extra juice involved, too. So, yeah.
Anything further than guys? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
appreciate it.
All right, Coach, we'll open with a statement, and then we'll follow with questions.
I was proud of them, I guess, the biggest thing. You can easily, when you're 5-8 and a program that had won 24 games last year, you can easily put your head down. And these kids didn't. They came back after a little bit of a break. We had about 5 or 6 days to define roles and how we're going to play and who's going to play. Had to have that first part of the season to see that. We certainly got tested, maybe a little too much, but we got tested. And they didn't fold. That's the biggest thing. They didn't fold with those tests. Could have been a little easier maybe, but at the same time, they did not fold. And that doesn't guarantee the next game. There's no momentum. We got to come out and play the next game same way, and we'll be on the road. But we've been on the road in November for most of it, so we got a good chance. Very proud of all the way they played, and I think there were 5 guys in double figures, and Jacob Connor wasn't, but he did a lot of things. So, and defensively, he's a bear too. So, I hope Obina's okay. That we don't have any lasting. I told him, I said that when he took that flip, they'd had to go collect 5 parts of me somewhere else all over the arena because there would have been 5 parts in separate areas. But, he did a total flip, hit the thing. I get out of bed easier than that. I know that. But I was proud of him and just proud of the team. It's a good win, but it's only one. It's a long way to go.
When you look at the contributions up and down, one that's not going to show up a ton on the stat sheet is Ryan Nutter. But he gave that spark you've been talking about.
He's a tough nut, that Nutter. Again, that's why I recruited him a little bit. He's a freshman, and he had a little low, which, hey, when I came, my sophomore year, because that's our first year, played 3 or 4 good games, which he did, played good against Kentucky. Kind of had a little dead spot, gets yanked. I got yanked. And you come back, and then you solidify how you're going to play. And it's just a little different feel. But, Nutter's like that. And people who think that ratings and people who get all the rating services, he's a 3-star or a 10 or an 8 or whatever they call it. I watched those guys at the Beach Ball Classic for 10 years. And they get some right, and they get a lot wrong. So, you know what? He's a great kid. He plays hard. He's going to get better and better. Looked great this week in practice.
Nate Martin, another good game. But this game kind of falls right into his bread and butter, physical in nature. Do you kind of see that from the coach's perspective?
Yeah, but he's like that every game. I do think that he was able to use his athleticism and got him spread out. We're starting to shoot the ball better, which means we can spread him out, and then that middle opens up, and then you get to see what he can do. But, you got Kerfman off the ball so much, not on the ball, so that opens one side up. Kevon came out and hit the first 3 that he took, and Jacob's been making them lately, and so has Obina. I don't know what our shooting percentage was from threes. What was that? 35, and that's where we are. The last 5 games, according to Charlie Hagley, which I trust him with my life, he said that we were shooting 37%. That's one of the highest percentage in the last 5 games that we've had since I've been here. So we're shooting 37%. We're right at this 35. 35 and up's good enough. And what were we overall?
41.4.
Well, we got to get that up. That's got to be about 47. But that's a tough defensive team.
They were 30 and 20.
Yeah. Well, our defense, for all those that said you can't switch everything, okay, but there's a difference between putting Cam Kerfman in a pick and roll where he has to get over top and get back in front of somebody, just switching out and let him front. And now, is there a possibility of getting a mismatch? Yes. But there's a big possibility they come off that pick and he's chasing that they get a lot of stuff too. I do think they scored on us before we went to this defense, switching everything. In the years past, everybody was talking about we didn't have any defense, right? So now our defense, our numbers are really good. We're going to try to get better on it, keep getting better, and we'll see what happens. Again, you can't be afraid to try things, and you can only do what's good that you think is good. There are 10 different ways to skin a cat. So I can sit up in the stands and give you 5 more reasons why you should do it another way. But, like I said, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. And what we're doing, I think, fits this team the best that I can do.
They're a good 3-point shooting team. How did you take that away?
Switching. They didn't get any rotations. There's no rotations from us. So when they come off of a pick and the guy dies, we don't have to bring that bottom guy down to help with the pick and roll. Just switch it. You just got to guard your man. And we're lucky to have Nate and Obina who can stay in front of little guards. In fact, they make it real difficult on little guards. So, it's they stay in front, the weakest thing again. But, again, Kevon and Kerfman fight that. They get over and get in front, and we got enough length around them to help them if they have to lob it over top of them. And they're doing a good job with that, and they fight their warriors. They're staying in there.
You talked last week about having that 8 or 9 that you could depend on. Do you feel a little better about that now?
I think I know who I'm going with better. and I hope I'm right. I didn't get Kyson in the second half, but I thought he played pretty good first half. He's going to do some things. Wyatt's got to get a couple of things. He's got to get a little better on, but he's playing better. He's a lot more under control, doing a lot more other things. We just got to get him a little bit more defined in how he plays his game. Kevon has gotten under control a lot. He's playing a lot better as a part of us and not him with us. You know what I'm saying? It has to be all of us together and not me and y'all play with me. And I think he's getting there. It took him a while. He comes here with high expectations of wanting to be a top scoring guard in the country. I mean, we had 2, right? So he sees that. He's reading papers. He knows. I'm the leading scorer on Maryland Eastern Shore. So when I get here and I get more time, I'm going to be a 20-point scorer. Well, that's fine as long as you're getting it within what we're doing. If you're hunting it, that's a problem. And I think it takes a while for them to realize that.
How about the pick and rolls? Quite a few work tonight. I was just going after, well, did they not know what's coming? Because him and Nate 3 times boom, a killing, another one time, and just like there was nobody there.
Well,
They got to know what's going on, but they didn't.
Well, no, they do know what's going on, because if you've ever coached a lot, you can't stop a perfect pick and roll. You do it right, there's no stopping it. So now sometimes it's difficult to get all the timing, try to figure out where everything is. But if you run it right, you can't stop it. And I don't think it's even come close yet, because Jacob Connor is eventually going to get to where he gets up into the middle at 6'10" on a pick and roll. And then we'll see. Because if they come, he just throws it over top. At 6'10", he can finish against big guys. Another 10 pounds, and maybe not even another 10 pounds, maybe just doing it over and over and over for a while. He's never done it before. This is his first year ever doing this. So, in fact, last maybe 5 months, that he's not 5 months, but 5 weeks, he's focused on it. That's what he's focused on, learning how to do that. So as he gets better, Cam Kerfman obviously knows how to do it. I mean, but he's a little different, and he's 6 foot, and he doesn't jump out the gym, So that's why I went with and Kevon he's probably fine, but he's not been here long enough to really get the perimeter of what we're doing. But Jacob does, and Jacob has all the skills and ability to get it done.
When you win your conference opener, does that help team morale at all? Does that let you guys know internally, hey?
Oh, I think it helps team morale a lot, because I come in happy. I'm not going to sit up all night long and be mad when I see them next time. So yeah, it helps a lot, But again, it's just one game. I'd love for, boy, we're on a roll. But I've learned over too many years of coaching sometimes that you better not think that way. It's one game at a time, and we'll come out and we'll compete this next time. We'll see what happens. Again, we're still developing as a team. This is not a finished team. We played well tonight, but being a finished team means you play well every night, and we haven't proven that yet. So we'll see.
The schedule, kind of levels out. I mean, you're not set. You play this day, this day.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Now,
the hardest thing I got between now and the end of the season is this New Year's Eve party. I don't know if I can make it through that. I don't know. But I'm going to have a good time with a lot of people and hope that they enjoy it. And you know what? It's to be enjoyed, too. It's not all about W's and L's. And granted, you got to win. I'm not discounting what you got to do about winning. And I'm as competitive as the best of them. But it's also about the right type of players playing the right way, that you enjoy being, and they represent Marshall extremely well. And I think we have a group of young men that do that. Yep. All right, go Herd.